come with us as we board the Disney Dream for our first Disney cruise. Through security and to the ship we went. They announced your name as you walked in. It was super fun and very festive. The pool deck was ripping and roaring as soon as we got on. Then we went to check out the Edge Tween Club and next headed over to the Oceaneers Club. On these days, parents can go in and you can check all the parts out. They had characters and they had this really awesome Star Wars simulator. Then headed to our room to check out our 4-person ocean view veranda. This was the best part. Everyone has to go to the mandatory evacuation drill, and then we went to the sailaway party. It was so fun. After, headed to dinner at the Royal Palace. The food was fantastic. The Golden Mickeys was such a cute show, and then it was time to turn. Day 2 was Marvel Day at Sea and started out with a workout. I checked out the adults area. The Cove coffee bar was the best. We got dressed in our Spider-Man gear and went to visit Spider-Man and Iron Man, and then we headed to the pool for a day of lounging. I grabbed a beer, we rode the aqueduct before heading back to our room to get ready for the evening. We loved our stateroom. The couch folds down into a bed and a second bed drops from the ceiling, so the kids have like a bunk bed set up. This balcony never got old. We got ready for our wine tasting at the Pink Wine Bar. It was so fun. Met a bunch of characters, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto. Enjoyed some beautiful views from the ship. And then our Marvel dinner was at the Royal Palace. You can pause to read the menus. This Marvel deck party was so fun. And then it was time to say goodnight. Day 3 was port day. We went to the Cayman Islands, hopped on a bus, and headed to the turtle farm. This was the coolest experience. You could snorkel in the big lagoon with the turtles. You could play with them at the touch pools. The kids absolutely loved this. There was a playground and this amazing lagoon with a water slide. This is an absolute must. Then we headed to the beach. We had to check out 7 Mile Beach and we had lunch at the famous Tilly's before reboarding the ship and getting ready for Pirate Night. Our Pirate Night dinner was at Animator's Palace. Pause to read the menus. The food was fantastic, one of my favorite meals. The Bippity Boppity Boutique was next for my tiniest pirate to be sworn in. We caught this deck show and then headed to see some characters. Captain Hook was so naughty. We caught Stitch and then Mickey and then the pirate show, which is a must-do. The sing-alongs were so fun and wrapped it up with fireworks. Day 4 was at sea. I started out with a jog around the track. It's located on deck 4, and then grabbed some food from the buffet and enjoyed the sunrise from our balcony. We decided to try the sit-down breakfast at Royal Palace. It was delicious before heading up for a pool day. We again rode the aqueduct, watched some movies, swam, and just really enjoyed the pool deck. We explored the ship and even tried Vanellope's. They had the most fun desserts. Paused to read the menu. Right up the stairs was Goofy's sports deck. They have putt-putt, basketball, mini golf, you name it. It was so fun. Before we went to check out some characters, we saw lots of princesses on this day. The lines were very long. We even caught Mickey. Before heading to Animator's Palette, paused to read the menus. The food was delicious. The creme brulee martini was a fan favorite. We headed out to meet Cinderella before seeing Beauty and the Beast. Then it was time to turn. Day 5 was Disney's Castaway Cay, and we were so excited for this port. We watched the boat dock, grabbed a coffee, and were one of the first ones off the ship. Paused to check out this map. We headed to the beach and grabbed our spot. The kids ran over to Pelican Plunge. The adults headed out on the Castaway 5K. This was a run-your-own race. The lookout tower had great views, lots of photo ops around. We finished and headed to the beach. Now it was the adults' turn to check out Pelican Plunge. If you're planning to do this, you should definitely do it earlier in the morning. There was a long line that we waited in. The kids did not have a wait earlier in the day. Then we headed to lunch. It was buffet style, barbecue type food. We headed over to play some volleyball and some soccer. Mike even attempted to climb a tree. This jungle gym in the water is super fun, but it is closed at low tide. Don't forget to stop at the Heads Up Bar. This was a must-see, great photo ops. And then we headed back to the ship. There are two options, either the tram or the walking path. They hang these cute characters off the back. We got back on and swam. I checked out some of the adult areas. These are located at the front of the ship. Then we headed to dinner at Enchanted Garden, paused to read the menu. This was one of my favorites. The service is impeccable. The food was fantastic. And of course, I had to get the creme brulee martini again. Next, we headed up to the pool deck to grab this race car sundae from Vanellope's before heading to the farewell party. Save this post so you don't make the same mistakes we did on debarkation day. I started out at the Cove Coffee Bar for my favorite caramel coconut latte and one last glimpse of the pool deck before heading back to our room to pack up. You have to be out of your room by 8 a.m. However, they give you a breakfast time. Unlike other cruises, this will be a seated breakfast, so it's not a come and go. You have to go when they say. Here's a look at the menu. We had breakfast. It was delicious, and then headed right off the ship. The exit process was super easy, but I will tell you the lines for the Uber and rideshare were crazy. I was so glad we had our own car.